Hello, I'm Luke Hatfield. I'm joined by Lewis Cox, our Shrewsbury Town reporter here at the Shropshire Star. Lewis, one man who's done exceedingly well for Shrewsbury Town and has certainly been a key part of their strong start to the season heading toward January, is that Jon Nolan. Are there fears that some teams might be eyeing him up in January?
I think it's been sort of bandied about by supporters for a while now that, you know, Paul Hurst said many times that scouts have been at town games, you know, thinking, you know, why on earth are this team second? What's going on? Who's playing for them? And Nolan's one of the players that, you know, if not the player that people have been watching. He's the driving force. He keeps it ticking. He's great to watch. You know, maybe he dips in and out of games at times, but he's got that class that we saw the other day. And as you can see in today's story in the Shropshire Star, he has been linked with Norwich of the Championship. A lot going on between Shrews and Norwich at the moment. There are 3 Norwich lads out on loan at Montgomery Waters Meadow. So you know, lots going on between the clubs. They're in dialogue over those loanees. We know Norwich are interested now, but you know, the good thing for Town fans is to not panic, because as you can read today, the club are really intent and really firm on keeping Jon Nolan, which I think, you know, for a club that are right at the top of the division where no one thought they'd be and hoping to stay there beyond January, that's what you want to hear. If you're here and you get into January and arguably your best players go in at the first attempt, then it's a real blow, isn't it, for fans? And you think, oh, you know, we're not going to see him in a Town shirt anymore. But Town are really, you know, determined. The lad's got a 3-year deal. You know, it's a massive deal, and Town are desperate to keep hold of him, and it's going to take something astonishing from Norwich, you know, for the level to take Nolan. So it seems really confident that he's going to stick around.
Well, the club, of course, right to do that. They should do their best to keep him, considering the position they're in. Just, I mean, what sort of deal are we looking at here? Whereas if Norwich, if they are to prime away, it's going to take an awful lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the important things that, again, is referenced today is that unlike, I think, a lot of transfers and contracts, you know, at this level these days, there's no buyout clause in Nolan's contract. You know, if it's a 3-year deal, if there was a buyout clause, you know, no one really knew how well it was going to go for Shrewsbury at that time. There could have been a buyout clause that was fairly cheap, and that would have been almost like an open goal for Norwich to come in and take him, but there's no buyout clause, so Shrews can hold out for whatever they, you know, whatever they deem he's worth. I mean, you know, you can use your own imaginations to put numbers on that, but what is he worth to this Shrewsbury Town team that are fighting for promotion? Masses, really, and I don't think Town want to listen to offers. They don't need to listen to offers, which is great news. As a Shrewsbury fan, you know, we've had Chief Executive Brian Caldwell say recently that they're in no need, you know, they don't want to sell their players in January, and that must be great to hear for Town, because, you know, we've had you know, he's the prize asset, he's the shining star, bound to be linked with higher clubs the way he's been playing, and to hear they're going to stand firm, I think, is a good thing.
It certainly is. So Jon Nolan, a man who is wanted by Norwich in the Championship, for all the latest on that and the rest of Shrewsbury Town. Make sure you stick with us at shropshirestar.com.